If you guys have been watching my videos from the physical therapy clinic, you've seen the agility ladder on the floor. We use this every day with just about every patient. This is one of those tools that you don't need to go purchase, but if you do, I'll put a link down below. You could use the squares on a tile, you could use lines or pieces of masking tape. It just gives you a point of reference, a perspective, and I'll tell you that whether you're taller or shorter, bigger or smaller, forcing yourself into a confined space, 12 inches, 16 inches, it forces you out of the comfort zone and makes you walk differently, and being able to control different stepping patterns is an important aspect to improving coordination, reducing the risk of fall, balance, especially after a hip or total knee replacement surgery. So today I want to share a couple of the patterns that I use with the agility ladder. I could start these week 1 post-op, but these are also effective 12 weeks post-op. The simplest that we start with. If I had a right total knee or a total hip replacement, most patients, whether you're using the walker or just trying to do it without support, the easiest is you step the surgical leg first and then you bring the non-surgical leg behind you. This would be comparable to, you've probably heard people say, go down with the bad, go up with the good on stairs. I'm stepping the surgical leg first because I want the non-surgical leg to kind of support my body weight. Once we get down to the end using this stepping pattern, we turn around. Then I want to switch. I want to go non-surgical leg first, and I want the surgical leg to trail, just to break up the monotony of doing the same pattern every single time. Once we've done both surgical first, non-surgical, then we want to start to lengthen the stride length. Now, the agility ladder is designed so that when I step the surgical first, the non-surgical next, I'm going out to the next step. I like to ask my patients to step and pause to really be in control of each step. Because once you've got the step and pause, then when I turn around and go back, if I get a little bit of momentum and I don't pause, it actually is a little bit easier once you've got some momentum behind you. If we're working on heel, midfoot, toe off, awesome. Like that's the classic gait pattern. But then we also want to advance that a little bit. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll ask my patients to come up onto their toes. I don't want your heels to touch the ground. I'm building strength and endurance through some of the big shock absorbers in the leg, which is the calf muscle. Once we get through this, then we typically start looking at, let's sidestep. We can sidestep all the way down, leading with the non-surgical leg first. We can sidestep all the way back, leading with the surgical leg. And then the final pattern is we want to do a crossover. So I can cross the surgical leg in front. I can do this all the way down. I can cross the non-surgical leg behind. I can do all the way down. And then we can alternate. Surgical leg in front, surgical leg behind, all the way down one direction, and then non-surgical, surgical, all the way back the other direction. There's virtually an infinite number of stepping patterns. The idea isn't you have to do this and this and this and this. The idea is you want to introduce novel movement. You want to move the body in new ways, because the truth is we're doing this for balance and coordination, especially for fall prevention. Most patients won't fall when they're walking in a clean, well-lit, flat environment. They're gonna fall when they're walking through the store and they're like, oh yeah, I need to go get something, and then that's when they catch their toe and they stumble and hopefully not land on the ground. The more variety you can bring into your program, the more different scenarios you can bring into your program, the better prepared you're gonna be for real life. Guys, I wish you the best on your recovery. If you have questions, post them in the comments. I'll see you on the next video.